What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I want to talk about a lot of very hidden NASDAQ levels, NQ levels, where traders are absolutely getting trapped at, and kind of more so the mindset behind why traders are getting trapped. Now, as of late, if we look at the past month and a half, price action has been relatively strong. We've been going higher and higher and higher each and every single day. And you have two baskets of traders. You have the basket of traders who don't believe in the push higher, and they continuously short when there is a lot of momentum acceptance above a lot of key areas, and they just keep getting short and getting stopped out. Okay. You have another group of traders right now currently who are looking to just go long on every breakout. Okay. So each and every single day, they kind of see the market grinding higher and higher and higher, and they just try to get long wherever, right? There's periods and there's pockets and there's dead space in the market. Okay. A lot of times, retail traders, especially newer traders, they are very excited to trade the momentum right off the open. They are undercapitalized for one, and they are oversized for two. Okay. So realistically speaking, they should not be trading the open of the market. They should kind of sit out, maybe wait 30 minutes to an hour. Now, a lot of traders, especially newer, younger retail traders, they tend to be very impatient. So when you become very impatient and you see a move, you see a candlestick that is going in one particular direction, you almost feel that you're missing out on the markets. Now, with the EVX Flow model, the way that I've been trading for the past 10 years, again, I've used things from moving averages, I've used opening ranges, I've used options flow, I've used measured market moves, I've used the VWAP, I've used everything under the sun. Now, each and every single one of those levels, daily moving averages and such, every single one of those indicators, every single one of those levels all plays a key point and a key part to the one bigger picture. And you really have to stop, zoom out, and look at the entire picture as a whole, and then try to fit your scalps in between where you know and you're expecting price to gravitate towards. Now, there's always two sides to the trade, so it's not as simple as just understanding, well, price is going to this level, so I'm just going to get long. Okay. Price is going to go down to this level, so I'm just going to go short. It's not that easy. If it was that easy, everyone would be doing it. There's a lot of other things that are involved. There's a lot of little micro parts inside that bigger macro picture. Okay. Things like ATR, things like expected moves that the market makers are pricing in, things like news headlines. There's a lot of things that get bottled into one picture. It's not a one size fits all. So what am I getting at here, right? What am I getting at? What are the levels that a lot of traders are getting trapped at? A lot of traders are getting trapped going long. Okay. They're really getting trapped going long into a lot of reversion zones. Okay. So when we think about expected moves, right, the market makers put expected moves. Now, of course, price can get outside of expected moves, but they're a good roadmap, right? So I call it, inside of the evolution flow model, I call it the flow map. So that flow map, what you're looking at here, is going to have a ton of different levels, right? You're going to see daily moving averages, and then you're going to see weekly and end of month expected moves on the NASDAQ 100. Now, it's when we get into these zones, which I call gamma rails. Okay. These rails, and the reason why I call them rails is they're kind of running parallel next to each other. So it's, reminds me of a railroad track. Okay. So it's very easy on the brain to kind of associate that. So these gamma rails are also reversion zones. So when price becomes extremely stretched and there's failure to accept higher pricing, you can tend to see reversions. And it's a lot of times, I'll give you an example here. Let's just give you an example of, let's say, for example, come next week, and let me move my chart over just a second here. Let's say, for example, we come into the market Monday, and I know market on Monday is limited trading hours, but let's just get it outside of that. If we come into the market next week, and let's say price is doing something like this, right? And it's pushing up towards the open, right? It's pushing up towards the open in pre-market. and price off the open immediately starts stretching towards 29,836, 29,941, and then immediately starts to pull back. Okay. That is price stretching into a reversion zone. Now, they're priced into the market, right? They're expected levels to get tagged if momentum is to the upside. However, if price fails to reclaim these levels, it's a perfect spot to start reversing your trade and playing it back down into support, into supply. And a lot of times traders will see that extended move through these gamma rails into these reversion zones, and they will start to go long and get trapped. Okay. So there's a lot of different key areas in the market. So the whole focus of this video, I wanted to give you guys some specific levels for next week that are hidden. Not a lot of people are looking at them, but they could be areas to act as targets if you're going long, or if we get extended very, very quickly off the open, typically in the first 1 hour of trade, you could look at them as a reversion zone, as a spot where you can reverse the overall flow. So 29,836 is a target. 29,941, okay, is our one standard deviation move outside of that expected move that's being priced in. I want to get my drawing tool. So that's here and here. And then super extended, super stretched area would be about 30,033. Okay. So if we start touching any of these levels and we cannot hold those levels in the first hour or two of trade, you want to start looking at those reversion zones through those gamma rails back down into the middle of the range, maybe closer towards our flow anchor, which is our magnet. Our magnet is going to be the VWAP. Okay. And that's sitting right here as we speak. Now, levels to the downside, if the market continues to flush, which as of right now, we're getting a little bit of momentum acceptance below VWAP. We do have some supports at 29,315 and 29,245. Those two areas of supports I would watch very, very heavily, as it is the daily 5 and 10-day moving average. We could bounce off those areas, and if we do bounce, you could see a strong bounce back up to the top of the range. As of right now, currently, even though we're looking at a little bit of momentum acceptance to the downside, we are in a trading range between 29,836 and 29,163. So we're looking at about a 700 point range. And given that right now, currently, the average ATR on the NASDAQ 100 is between 300 and 450 points. This is about a day or two's worth of trading range. So we could be stuck in this range for another day or two until we start to get that expansion into some of those reversion zones and some of those bounce areas and this, that, and the other. So what I would be looking at to the downside, if we do start to get stretched and we start to lose the daily 5 and the daily 10 simple moving average, I would start to look for a reversion around 29,058 and 28,966. A lot of traders are going to get trapped because if we continue to come down, they will have been traders who were trying to go long at every single level with no confirmation. And all of a sudden, once we start to get down into these levels, that's when they actually start to short the market. And that's when you tend to get trapped. Okay. And that's what I have learned over my past 12 years of trading and kind of building out this process. Now, those of you guys who have been following me for a while, you guys already know I use the 20 simple moving average. I use the 5 and 10. I use daily moving averages. I use VWAP. I use each and every single one of these old school indicators that are very, 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 very strong indicators to use, but I use them all individually. And as of late, as of the last year, 2 years, I've been tying everything together more and using it so like a little bit more as a roadmap, not just taking the one singular indicator and trading my whole day off of that. Okay. I'm putting everything together and I'm painting a bigger picture and trying to stay with the flow. Okay. So I want to always be with the flow of the market. Again, you're never going to be 100% in tune and in flow with the market each and every single day. That's a given. If you could and I could, we would all be billionaires right now. There's a lot of other things that play a part into how much success we have in trading, and that those are things like FOMO. Those are things like your own emotions, your emotional attachment to money, your personal I guess bankroll, I should say. The bigger the bankroll you have, the larger the portfolio size you have, the more lenient, like I guess the more laxed you are when it comes to um your risk. You're not as stressed, I guess I should say, when you go slightly into drawdown than when someone who's got $500 in a trading account and that's their last $500 to trade with. They are a lot more stressed out, okay? Because if they lose that money, they can't trade, right? So they're trying to take $500 and turn it into 5,000, and a lot of times that's very, very hard to do. So we're doing something new inside of my trading room. We're building out a whole trading floor where each and every single day we're going to have these levels marked out. We're going to try to stay with the flow as best that we can as possible. And I'm going to be doing live commentary and live trading. So if you guys are interested, you guys can definitely join the trading room. That link will be down in the description box below. But before we get out of here, again, I do want to go over these levels just one more time. Okay. Initial targets for next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, will be 29,836 to the top side, 29,941 to the top side. If we get stretched through the 29,950s, I'm looking for a reversion around 30,000 and then back down through 29,941 and then back down towards 29,836. Okay. I'm looking for a bounce area somewhere between 29,163 and 29,250. I'm looking for a bounce if we do flush down towards these levels. I'm looking for a reversion trade back up to the middle of the range. Whether we are going to continue lower, I am looking for some sort of reaction down here, especially if off the open we gap down through those levels and it's an immediate momentum flush and then we stall. We failed to continue lower at the top of the hour at 10 a.m. Eastern. Okay, I will look for that reversion back up to the upside. However, the next level, if we continue down, 29,058 and 28,966 are the levels that I would be looking for those reversions to play back up into the middle of the range before to see if we get any more continued momentum acceptance to the downside, which would ultimately be this next level target down here at your daily 20 simple moving average at 28,647. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. If you guys want more information, you guys kind of want to follow along with this way and style of trading, you guys can definitely join the Discord. And in the Discord, you get access to the trading floor, which I would like to see all of you guys in. Again, try it out for 30 days, see if it's a fit for you. If it's not a fit for you, hey, it is what it is. It's not a fit for everyone, but hopefully you guys all enjoy your weekend this weekend, long holiday weekend. So relax, get off the screens. I'm just doing some housekeeping stuff here myself, getting charts and levels ready on different equities and names, and wanted to make some good educational content for everyone this weekend to kind of start going over some of this new education that I want to be putting out for the remainder of the year, especially in times like this where I feel that traders are having a little bit harder time. The higher and we continue to rise, the harder it becomes to trade. Okay, so trying to offer a little bit of assistance there. So I'll see everyone on the inside. Also, guys, make sure you guys give me a thumbs up on this video. I really appreciate it. It helps YouTube let everyone know to push this video out to more traders, and I will see everyone else on the inside and on the next video.